Movies Are a Thing is a weekly podcast going over the movies releasing this week.
And whatever movie-related tangents we decide to venture off on today.
Hello and welcome to Movies Are a Thing. My name is John.
And I'm Travis, and here are the movies premiering this week.
But before we do that, Travis.
Yes, sir.
Hello.
Hi.
How's it going, man?
Oh, been pretty good. How about you?
Oh, yeah, no, I've doing pretty good, actually.
That's good.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah. Did you have a chance to go see any movies this week?
I did. Okay, so first off, kind of not a movie, but I did watch Demon Slayer.
Okay.
It wasn't a new movie or anything. So basically what it is the last episode of the last season that aired last year. Yep, exactly. and then it's going to be the new episode of the new season. So that's going to be starting up here, I think, in April or May or something like that.
Okay, so was it like a cliffhanger, and then it kind of just goes into the new season kind of thing?
Basically, yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah, it's to kind of get you ready for the new season, and we're starting to get into the end game because the manga's all over and everything. So
okay,
yeah. But I really liked it. I thought it was good. If you're a fan of Demon Slayer and anime in general, it's fantastic. I loved it.
Very nice.
The other movie I saw was Drive Away Dolls. And I was surprised by how much I love that movie.
Really?
Yeah, it was very good.
Okay. Well, I know we were talking about it with it being half a Coen.
Mm-hmm. It is very much a half a Coen. You can definitely tell it's a Coen Brothers movie. Or half a Coen, like we were saying. Did you ever see Burn After Reading?
Yes.
The comedy reminds me of that.
Okay.
And it is very explicit. Yeah.
Yep.
So, a lot of naughty stuff.
Well, I mean, if you're comparing it to Burn After Reading, yeah, I can see that. Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Most definitely.
Okay, yeah. Very nice.
How about you? Did you watch anything?
I did not.
Aw.
I know.
Wah, wah, wah.
I know. No, I actually, what was it, yesterday? Was it yesterday? It was yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
It was so nice out yesterday that I had to go out to kind of this walking path and kind of go around with one of my cameras.
There you go.
And just basically try to finish off that roll of film.
Oh, there you go. Okay.
That was pretty sweet.
Awesome.
But yeah, no, it was really nice.
Awesome. Okay.
You know, it was very weird seeing how much the band shell has changed.
Oh, right.
Since, I remember playing at that in, like, I want to say, like, 8th grade.
Okay.
When it was just a concrete slab.
Mm-hmm.
And that's it.
Okay.
No band shell, no nothing. It was just a concrete slab in front of hills.
Okay.
And that's it.
Wow.
Like, one of the first years that music in Plymouth was there.
Mm-hmm.
So, honestly, it might have been, like, 5th grade that I did that.
Wow. So music in Plymouth has been going that long?
For over 20 years, yeah.
Wow. Okay.
So, I mean, it makes sense. I mean, I love it, personally.
Sure.
But I'm old.
I mean, that's what I always thought that it was pretty much for. I mean, a lot of the kids usually went to it, but I always saw a lot of, the older crowd go to it.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, yeah. It's literally the orchestra playing, but nowadays, they've got like all the food trucks. They've got
Sure.
All of the other bands playing beforehand. They've got the fire twirlers. They've got all of that stuff going.
Wow. Okay.
And then end of the night is fireworks launched off from back there. 1812 Overture.
Heck yeah. I've watched those fireworks from the roof of the other theater I used to work at. Exactly. And then it sets off car alarms because it's so loud. Gotta love it.
Speaking of classical music, how about we get into some movie news?
Let's do it.
You know what usually uses classical music?
Who's that?
Looney Tunes.
Yes, they do.
That's how a lot of people get into classical music. But So basically, we've been kind of reporting on this for a while now, and that's the Coyote versus Acme whole drama thing with Warner Brothers, everything like that. They had their earnings call, and I know last week we were talking about they might be saying something during their earnings call. They had their earnings call, and there was no news. Nothing was really said.
Okay.
I mean, basically they said that they had $115 million in write-downs for taxes and stuff like that, but they didn't say exactly what was in it. And so people aren't sure if Coyote versus Acme was in it or not, and everybody's just kind of trying to piece through everything.
Okay.
But they did actually say that they had a Q4 loss.
Okay.
And then it just, I don't know. There's just really nothing coming from them to let us know what's going on.
Okay.
It's very sad.
Yeah, very much so.
So, but yeah, like I said, they basically, so they said that they have a Q2 loss, but now they're just piling on all of these new movies, like the new Joker movie, everything like that, and a movie that we'll actually get into a little bit later here.
Right.
But Joker 2, the first movie had a $60 million budget. This one, the new one, let's see here. What did it say? Hold on. Wrong. Yep. Okay, so that's right. 2. Yeah, so the first movie cost $60 million. This one, the new one, Joker 2, Folie à Deux, has apparently cost $200 million so far.
Wow.
So far.
Wow. That's crazy.
Yeah, and so basically Joaquin Phoenix is getting $20 million to reprise his role, and then Lady Gaga is taking home about $12 million to play Harley Quinn.
Okay.
And I don't know. We'll have to see. Basically, like, apparently they took a $40 million loss from The Color Purple.
Okay.
But I mean, like the first Joker made $1 billion
Yeah, it sure did, right?
off of a $60 million budget. But now it's $200 million. Is it going to make 500? Who knows?
Right, exactly. I mean, they had such a hit on their hands, and they were lucky that they were able to do that in such a small budget. And now that they're going to do it on a bigger budget, they're gambling at this point. Like, because what if it doesn't do well?
And they don't have a lot to gamble with.
Exactly.
At least according to them, since they keep on taking all these losses. So I don't know. It's very frustrating.
Very much so. Almost like a Bugs Bunny and Elmer Fudd cartoon.
Almost.
He's pointing the gun back at him and shooting himself in the face.
And then yeah, I don't know. I can tell you that it doesn't make me want to dance with somebody.
Nice.
Thank you. I try.
Wait, is that Whitney Houston?
That is Whitney Houston.
Oh, okay.
So basically, well, I mean, the Whitney Houston biopic was named "I Want to Dance with Somebody."
Oh, yes, it was. Duh, Travis. Oh, my
Come on,
goodness.
Travis.
Get with the program, man.
So basically, the biopic "I Want to Dance with Somebody" about Whitney Houston. Sony is alleging that the producers of the film have not paid the royalties yet for using the music in the movie.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, so Sony is requesting approximately $3.6 million in damages, with the companies named in the case including Anthem Films, NYBO Productions, and Black Label Media.
Okay.
And so, I mean, basically, like, I don't know. I don't remember that film doing too crazy hot.
Honestly, I don't remember. I remember it coming out, but that was before I worked at a movie theater again. So
That is true. True. But yeah, so basically, Sony Music Entertainment, which oversees Houston's catalog, had a legal agreement to use the 20 songs, and that the payments were going to be due July 2023.
Okay.
They still have not been paid, is what Sony is alleging.
Okay.
And so they're seeking, the money for the songs, plus it looks like approximately $3.6 million in damages.
Wow. Okay.
But I'm not a legal expert, so I don't know for sure. We'll have to see. We'll have to see how it goes.
Okay.
But yeah, I don't know. It's no Revenant, you know.
Exactly.
Speaking of Alejandro Inarritu, he has a new film coming out, or he's going to be starting to make a new film, I should say.
Okay.
And he has cast Tom Cruise in his new film.
Interesting. Okay.
And this new film is going to be going to Warner Brothers Discovery.
Of course.
So this is the other one that we were talking about, is going to be a staggering budget that they don't necessarily have, and maybe will make it back. Depends on, well,
What if you puked all over your computer?
I know, right? So I mean, it's going to depend on A, how good the script is, and B, how good the cast is. Which, if they're starting with Tom Cruise, okay, sure, let's go with that. But then C, how much meddling the studio does.
Sure, right.
And with it being Warner Brothers, I can see that being a bit. So we'll have to see how that all goes. The project is being treated as top secret, so we don't really know too much other than it's an original story being written by Inarritu.
Okay.
So we'll have to see how it goes.
Well, hopefully if they get it made before it goes extinct.
Fantastic. Going to, Jurassic, a possible mistake of Jurassic proportions as well.
I like it.
The new Jurassic World movie, it looks like they found their director. So now that, we talked about it a couple weeks ago, David Leitch is no longer in the running, or basically backed out because he couldn't do what he wanted. Gareth Edwards is now coming in to direct the new Jurassic World movie, and apparently it is going to start filming on July 31st.
Okay.
And it's set to release July 2nd, 2025.
Oh, so a year.
Well, so I mean, a couple months of shooting, right? And then that give them, like 9 months-ish, 8-9 months of post-production to get all of the stuff going. And I mean, they're probably going to be starting stuff beforehand too.
Oh, sure, right.
Obviously, but that'll hopefully give them some time to do what they need to do, and not like completely overwork everybody.
Right.
That would be fantastic. We'll have to see how it all goes, though.
Sounds good to me.
But yeah, like I said, it's going to start filming on July 31st. Gareth Edwards has taken over, so I mean, he's done some pretty good stuff. He's done some pretty good monster stuff too.
Yeah.
Obviously he did Rogue One for the Star Wars, and then he also did the first of the Godzilla movies, which there are people that don't like it. Or I should say, there are people that really enjoy that movie, and then there are people that are wrong. No, I'm just kidding. I mean, yes, they very much wasted Bryan Cranston, but at the same time, it very much gave me an original Jaws kind of feel, with it being, the people's perspective and not necessarily seeing Godzilla until later on in the movie.
Very much so, yeah. Like, in my opinion, those Godzilla movies, I could care less about the human characters, but I just want to see Godzilla on screen destroying stuff or fighting King Kong. And they didn't have a lot of that in that first Godzilla movie, because he doesn't come in for the first hour.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, yeah, because a lot of it is just basically building up to him. So, yeah, I can definitely see that. But, I mean, like I said, I definitely see where you're coming from.
Yeah.
With that one, I didn't really go in expecting that, I guess. And so I just kind of went in to go have a good time at the movies. Sure. And, I got basically a drama with Godzilla in it kind of thing, which I believe the original one is a lot more kind of people-centric too. If I recall correctly. I don't know if I am correct on that one. But I think that also kind of caused part of the issue that I had with the second movie, when we saw that, in addition to all the rest of the stuff that, you know, made me not like it.
Well, you were sitting really close, but yeah.
Yep. Sitting really close and wasn't the best because I think they actually kind of kept the lights on a little bit too because it was still like the whole presentation thing or whatever.
Oh, okay.
So, but yeah, it was just not a very good viewing experience, and I think I had to like go to the bathroom too, and I couldn't really go because I was right in the middle of the front row, and it's like, oh, crap.
Right. Oh no, that's the worst.
But and it was a full auditorium too.
I'm sure it was.
Which is why we were in the front row.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so basically, I think we talked about this before. It's as of right now, it looks like it's going to be none of the original cast, none of the new cast. It's going to be completely its own thing.
Okay.
As far as we know.
Okay.
But hopefully Rexy doesn't do any sort of Naruto running.
Haha.
That'd be a sight to see, but...
That would be. Especially with those short little arms.
Speaking of Naruto running, we have a live-action Naruto movie coming in, and it looks like Destin Daniel Cretton is set to direct.
Okay.
And then he's the one that did Shang-Chi.
Okay. All right.
And so if you remember the first fight between Shang-Chi's mom and dad, very much anime-inspired.
Very much so, yes.
And then I know that I think that was actually technically done by the second unit director. I could be wrong, but I think basically there is this. I think he's technically a stunt guy, but he's gotten more into directing. But he is also very much kind of coming from the YouTube generation.
Okay.
Where he actually would throw stuff up on YouTube, and he had one where it was very anime inspired, and so like there was some pretty like fantastical kind of stuff in it. But then they also did stuff like the very low angle camera rushing along the ground, going around the fight kind of thing. And they kind of brought that into Shang-Chi, which in that first fight that we were talking about between the mom and dad, very much had a kung fu film / anime mashup to it, I guess, camera wise at least.
Most definitely, yeah.
And so with Destin Daniel Cretton writing and directing, I can see that being pretty good. At least look good. Not necessarily be good, but look good.
Right. I mean, this isn't exactly the anime movie that I was looking for. I was kind of hoping for a live-action DBZ, but I'll take it. At least, okay, a good live-action DBZ.
Might as well just make it abridged.
Even better. I would watch that in a second. If they gave Team 4-Star that big of a budget.
But yeah, so we got that coming in the works. Hopefully they put in a hard day's night making these movies.
Good segue.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you. They don't call me the Walrus for nothing. Cuckoo Kachoo.
Yeah. Cuckoo.
Ka-chow. So, speaking of the Beatles, we actually have apparently 4 Beatles movies coming down the line, coming from Sam Mendes, and it's going to be one movie for each Beatle, and kind of their viewpoint on a certain timeline is what it was looking like.
Okay.
I don't know if they have a specific time frame that they're looking at, or if it's going to be kind of just all over the place. I don't know. We'll have to see how it all goes. But like, I know somebody was putting out there that for John Lennon's is going to be very kind of like not somber, but just like very straightforward, to the point, and kind of go through everything. Paul McCartney is going to be the same thing. George Harrison is going to be the same thing, and then Ringo's just Ringo.
Yep.
Ringo.
Yep. Exactly.
But yeah, this is something that I feel like could be pretty good, depending on how they do it. Mm-hmm. I don't know if they're going to be filming them all at the same time, which I almost feel like they would have to.
I would think so.
Because if you're having the same people in every single one, and you are doing the same time frame, and you're filming 4 movies, that's going to take a while.
Right.
And so to have, film one right after the other, by the time you get to the last one, everybody's going to be, 5-10 years older?
Something like that, yeah.
And yeah, it just, what I can see is them filming them all at the same time and then releasing them like a month apart from each other.
I could see that, yeah.
Like 4 months of Beatles movies. Mm-hmm. Going from John to Paul to George to Ringo. Look at me, I'm Ringo.
Yep.
I'm sorry, Ringo.
Or they could do it like every 3 months too, so that they could get it throughout a full year.
That is true. That is true as well.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, definitely kind of have, probably George or Ringo first, and then go to the other, George or Ringo, and then probably Paul, summer blockbuster, and then John Lennon for the end of year Oscar bait kind of movie.
Oh, for sure, yeah. My thoughts exactly.
I got you. Yeah, Ringo released in January. Poor Ringo.
Poor Ringo.
Luckily, John Lennon wasn't alive for Anna Nicole Smith to come and marry. I made myself sad. But speaking of Anna Nicole Smith, we have a movie about Anna Nicole Smith's life in the works. As far as I know, they don't have anybody in mind for Anna Nicole Smith.
Okay.
But Cal Penn is, as of right now, starring to be the doctor tied to her death.
Okay.
So that should be very interesting.
All right.
Okay. Here's the name of the movie. You ready for this? Trust Me, I'm a Doctor.
Oh my God.
Which chronicles the final days of the actress and model whose accidental overdose death in 2007 at the age of 39 sparked a tabloid feeding frenzy.
Yeah, her death was a big deal. I remember
It
that.
very much was, yes. And yeah, it should be, obviously it's definitely going to be, depending on when they release it, it could be kind of an Oscar baity movie. I can definitely see that happening. But it will either be, I want to say probably not even Memorial Day, February or Thanksgiving.
I could see that.
That's my guess.
Do you know what the sequel will be called?
Actually, I only play one on TV.
No. Anna Nicole Smith and Kumar go to White Castle.
Wow. Yeah, so we have that movie coming down the pipeline as well.
Why don't we go for a play date, John?
That's kind of a reach, Travis. So, Alan Ritchson, who plays Reacher, is actually set to lead in an action comedy called Playdate with Kevin James. And that's supposed to start filming on March 11th.
Interesting.
Yeah. I don't know how I feel about that.
Kevin James is pretty funny when he wants to be.
Can be.
And not just in Adam Sandler movies.
You mean when he's a mall cop?
Yeah. I really enjoyed Paul Blart. Well, the first one. The second one, not so much.
Yeah. So we do have that coming down the line.
Okay.
But this film will follow a down-on-his-luck man, Brian, played by Kevin James, who was just fired from his job and becomes an unexpected stay-at-home dad to his 10-year-old son. On his first day, he accepts a playdate invitation from Jeff, Alan Richardson, another stay-at-home dad who turns out to be an unexpected loose cannon. The two fathers and their sons spend the day on the run, facing a deadly conspiracy.
Okay, that threw me for the loop with the deadly conspiracy.
Right? So, man, what is Alan Richardson doing? Like, he is all over the place.
He's getting that money, man.
Right? Because, I mean, he's got Reacher. He's got the Fast franchise now.
Yep.
He's got this one. He's got the Ungentlemanly Warfare coming out.
Yep.
There was another one that he was doing, right, that we talked about?
He was just in the movie that we talked about last weekend. The one with...
he's in Blue Mountain State.
Blue Mountain State, yep.
That's going to be coming out here. Ordinary Angels.
Ordinary Angels, thank you.
Yep. And, yeah, like, he's got so much coming down the line. Well, he's got 6 movies in production right now, supposedly.
Jeez.
Playdate, one called Motor City, Spring Break 83, Ministry of Ungentlemanly Warfare, more Reacher stuff, and then Bad Seeds of Loving Spring. Ministry of Ungentlemanly Warfare and then Reacher are the only ones that have dates on them.
Okay.
But yeah, like I said, the Playdate one is set to begin filming on March 11th.
Okay. I like it.
Yeah. You think they're... You think either of them is at any point in time going to say, it's a trap?
That was a better segue than I had.
What was your segue? Let's hear it. I got to hear it now.
I was going to say that, well, hopefully it's not a trap. But you had a Star Wars reference to it.
I try. Nothing? No? Okay.
No.
So, there's a new movie coming out called Trap. This one is actually an M. Night Shyamalan movie, and apparently Josh Hartnett is starring in it. I think we talked about this before.
It's about time.
Right?
We never see enough Josh Hartnett anymore.
And I know he was just in Oppenheimer.
He was.
And that one keeps winning awards, so he keeps getting awards for that.
Well, good.
But yeah, apparently he is starring or going to be in M. Night Shyamalan's upcoming thriller, Trap, which... Yeah, I don't know if we actually have anything about what the movie is about.
Is this the one, like, I heard that there's a Shyamalan movie about a concert coming.
That's possible, then.
And if that's what this one is.
It's definitely possible.
It could
definitely
be,
possible.
yeah.
So, we'll have to see how that all goes. I don't really have any more information on Shyamalan's movie, so I don't know what it could be involved or anything like that. But we do have that coming down the line.
Well, I'm sure that will be a twist if there is, so...
One thing that is not coming down the line, though, is people's rewards for the Disney Movie Club.
No!
So, basically, Disney is actually handing over all of their physical media distribution and everything to Sony. They've just inked a deal for Sony to take over all the physical media stuff, which means the Disney Movie Club is shutting down. And so if you bought a Disney movie and have the points from the Disney Movie Club, you have to use them by May 30th.
Okay.
Which really stinks because I know some people were saving up, May 20th. My apologies. May 20th. You have to use them by. But like you could use all these Movie Club points to, do a lot of different Disney stuff, like up to and including going to one of the Disney resorts and staying there, basically for free, if you had enough points.
Wow, okay.
And I know some people were saving up for that, and now they can't because Disney movie points have to be used by May 20th of this year.
Okay.
Because they are closing down.
Sad day.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's been a long-going thing for a while.
Oh, yeah, over 20 years.
Right.
And, I mean... It's very sad because, that's free Disney stuff that you could get for just, getting their physical movies. And now a lot of physical movies are kind of going by the wayside, which is really stupid. But I have no, major opinions on the subject.
Right.
Go buy physical media because nobody knows when stuff is going to be on streaming anymore.
That's very true.
Or there's always another option as well. To go see it at the theater when it's in the theater, like at St. Michael Cinema.
That's
which, by the way, St. Michael Cinema, thank you for the space and thank you for sponsoring the podcast. Really do appreciate it.
We really do. It's fantastic.
I have loved this so far, and everybody should, if you're in Minnesota, come on up to St. Michael and come out and visit the St. Michael Cinema. It's pretty darn snazzy.
Yeah, and be sure to stop by the concession stand and come say hi to me.
Yeah.
I'm Travis, by the way, in case you don't know.
Definitely don't say it at the beginning of every single podcast, but...
Oh, wait, is that Bob? What? Huh?
Where's George?
George of the jungle.
Or you can always come into the concession stand and be like, "Where's Ringo?" So we have Sony taking over for Disney on all of the physical media. So we'll have to see how that all goes. But with that shutting down May 20th, we have some movies that are moving around now. The first one that we have is Ballerina, which is the John Wick spinoff, is moving to summer of 2025.
Okay.
And basically, the reason that it is moving is that some of the people that are involved with it are not very happy with it, and it is not the studio.
Can I take a guess?
Yes.
Is it one of the actors?
That is part of them, yes.
Okay. Ian McShane. That's who plays him, at least.
Let's see here. So here's what Ian McShane had to say about it.
Okay.
It's not reshoots, it's new shoots. They're shooting for Ballerina, which is the spin-off with Ana de Armas of the John Wick franchise. You know, it's like they've got to protect the franchise. And obviously, I did it. When was it? We did it about a year ago. We did the movie Ballerina, and they've looked at it, and Chad's come in, the guy who directed all the John Wick movies, and they want to make it better because they have to protect it. Because Keanu's in it as well, and it takes place between John Wick 3 and John Wick 4. So basically, Chad Stahelski saw it and was not happy with it.
Okay.
And since he is the head of the John Wick franchise, he basically had them do new stuff because he's trying to protect his baby.
Well, that's fine with me. I mean, if he's the one that is wanting it, then so be it. I mean, those movies are fantastic.
Absolutely. So we'll have to see how that all goes. But yeah, like they have gone through, and now they're, like I said, they're doing new shoots. They're not doing reshoots. They're doing new shoots, adding stuff in and taking stuff out, and it should be very interesting. So we have that moving into summer 2025.
Okay.
So it'll be delayed from June 7th, 2024 to June 6th, 2025. And then The Crow movie is actually going to be taking over the June 7th, 2024 release spot.
Perfect.
So we'll have to see how that all goes. This is the one with Skarsgård playing Eric Draven. And we'll have to see how that all goes.
I'm super excited for Ballerina and for The Crow.
Yeah, I know a lot of people aren't too happy with the Crow remake, but
yeah,
it is what it is right now. So
exactly,
especially with the Skarsgård, not Sarsgaard, Skarsgård.
Yeah, Skarsgård.
So we have those ones moving around. We have some other ones moving around as well, including Mickey 17. I know we kind of talked about it before, how it was almost like basically taken off the production schedule, or release schedule, I should say. We now know that it is going to be debuting in January of 2025.
Okay.
And this is the Bong Joon-ho, Robert Pattinson movie, where he is expendable.
Okay.
The expendable crew member of this, crew that is going on this long journey or whatever. So we'll have to see how that all goes.
Interesting. Okay.
Should be very interesting. But you know what else is expendable?
What's that?
Coca-Cola. It's disgusting.
That's right. I worked with it for almost 20 years. Ugh. Pepsi's better, which is what you can get at St. Michael's Cinema.
Hey, look at that. I think we talked about it before, but with all these different movies that people are pitching, they have one coming in called Cola Wars about the Coke versus Pepsi saga.
Okay.
And apparently, Sony has won the deal for this movie to be able to make it, distribute it, do all that kind of stuff. And it's being reported that they paid around probably about $1.5 million for this.
Wow.
To be able to do it.
Okay.
Which is crazy because you're paying $1.5 million for a pitch of a movie. And that's it. No script, no cast attached, nothing, just a pitch.
It's just an idea. Okay. All right. Well, if they wanna do that with such little information, I mean, hey,
Yeah.
it's not my money,
Yeah. Yeah. We'll have to see how it all goes.
right?
It should be interesting, but Sony be doing Sony.
That's right. Sony be doing Sony.
Yeah. And that's enough.
Nice.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
So speaking of Ken, Ryan Gosling, I know it's been reported that he was thinking about possibly not doing the "I'm Just Ken" song at the Oscars, which is kind of a tradition now where original songs that are nominated are performed throughout the show before they get to the award for Best Original Song. And apparently Ryan Gosling has now said that he will be performing "I'm Just Ken" at the Oscars.
Perfect.
So we'll have to see how that goes.
I'm so excited.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't watched the Oscars in a while, but I think I might want to watch it just to see that.
Yeah. Well, I mean, there's that, and then honestly, there's some good stuff out there that's up for Oscars. We'll have to see how it all goes. There's probably going to be some controversy this year. We'll have to see.
Yeah.
Because I know the main big two, especially for lead actress, are Poor Things and the Martin Scorsese movie.
Oh, The Killers of the Flower Moon?
Yes. Lily Gladstone, and then, is it Emma Stone?
Yeah, Emma Stone for Poor Things. Yeah.
So we'll have to see how that all goes. I know basically like they're the two kind of front runners for a lot of people on lead actress.
Okay.
And then I think Margot Robbie might be nominated for Barbie. I know we have a lot of stuff going for Oppenheimer.
I was surprised that Greta Gerwig wasn't up for director.
Yeah, I am too, but it is what it is. What can you do, unfortunately? But what's his name? Why am I blanking on Bradley Cooper?
For Maestro?
He's nominated for Maestro. He's been nominated for a lot of other awards for Maestro and has been losing out to Cillian Murphy every single time. And a lot of people are finding it very funny because like Maestro was supposed to be his, piece de resistance, kind of, best of the best. And then he's up against Cillian Murphy for Oppenheimer. And he basically every time that Cillian Murphy wins, everybody kind of looks at Bradley Cooper and his face just falls even more and more and more. And yeah.
So I know it was during our hiatus, but did you see Oppenheimer?
I have not had a chance to yet.
Okay.
I'm probably I want to.
Okay.
I won't be able to this weekend. I'm going to be out of town.
Right.
But I do know that I own it and it's on streaming now.
Okay.
So I just have to find time to watch a 3-hour movie. And it's one of those that I really wanted to try to catch in the theater because obviously I didn't have an opportunity to go see it for free. Let's put it that way.
Okay. All right.
And there was just so much going on with me and just being so exhausted all the time.
Sure.
I know you kind of saw the worst of it too, just me being just almost dead to the world.
Yeah, every Monday you were just always just so dead.
I'm a little bit more awake now.
You sure are.
Just a little.
I like it.
Well, thank you. I do too. But so we do have that. So like I said, I want to try to go and watch it at some point in time. I just don't know when.
Okay.
And I don't think
just try to before the Oscars.
Right. I just don't know if I don't know if I can convince the people that are going to be out of town here with me to actually watch it.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
Let's just say not their kind of movie.
Gotcha.
So
okay.
We'll have to see how that all goes. Ryan Gosling is performing "I'm Just Ken" at the Oscars. But that does bring us into our trailers for this week. The first one that we have here actually just released not too long ago, and that is the trailer for Horizon: An American Saga. Travis, what did you think of this trailer?
Well, I am okay. I really want to see this. I think it looks good. I'm happy to say, I mean, not to say, but to see Kevin Costner's he directed this, and it's a Western, which is what he's good at. It reminds me a lot of Dances with Wolves.
Yep.
Which, I mean, that's also another movie that Kevin Costner directed.
Very much is, yep.
So, and the cast is stellar.
Very much so, yes.
I was surprised to see Giovanni Ribisi in it.
Right.
So I very much look forward to this two-parter.
Not only two-parter, but two-parter that is releasing 2 months apart.
Right.
But yeah, no, like this very much felt like a return to the epic movie. You know, like Dances with Wolves, like Ben-Hur, you know, like Lawrence of Arabia, those kinds of movies. And this one very much feels, you know, or I guess even throw Jeremiah Johnson in there.
Sure.
Very, very much feels like that kind of literal epic movie. And like you said, it is being split into the two parts.
Right.
It's coming out June 28th and August 18th, I want to say. Let me double check that, just make sure. I saw that down here. Sorry, June 28th and August 16th.
Okay.
So that should be very interesting. But yeah, this one definitely looks very good to me. I am ready for this. Like you said, stellar cast. Just kind of going through some of them here. Kevin Costner, like you said.
Right.
I think he helped to write it as well.
Okay.
Yep, it was him and John Baird.
Ooh, okay.
Which, I'm trying to think, what do I know John Baird from?
The name sounds familiar.
It does sound very familiar, but these are his only 2 writing credits. And he has 1 producer credit, and that is it.
Okay.
Wow, that name sounds really familiar. I don't know why it sounded familiar. But yeah, it's John Baird and Kevin Costner wrote it. Kevin Costner directed it. He is also starring in it. And then it also has Sienna Miller, Jenna Malone, Sam Worthington, Michael Rooker, Giovanni Ribisi, like you said. Thomas Hayden Church is in it. Luke Wilson is in it. And then just a lot of other what look like pretty stellar cast going on here.
Super excited. It should be good.
Absolutely. Really? So Michael Angarano is also starring in this.
Okay.
You know what else he starred in?
What else?
2005's Sky High as Will Stronghold.
Awesome. Anybody remember that movie? 'Cause
Right.
that movie's fantastic.
And he was Robert Serber in Oppenheimer. So he's getting a few pretty good movies out here apparently.
Awesome.
But yeah, this is very much the Western epic, you know, a la Dances with Wolves, Jeremiah Johnson, Unforgiven, you know, all of that kind of.
Oh, Unforgiven.
Right.
Yes.
So this one very, very much kind of has my interest piqued. But that brings us to our next trailer, which the movie is apparently going to be premiering at South by Southwest. We just got a confirmation for that, and that is the Alex Garland's Civil War.
Okay.
Did you watch the trailer, right?
I sure did, and it looks intense.
It is going to be so intense.
Yeah, it's going to be a ride.
Very much so.
I want to see this on the biggest screen possible, which, I mean, you could come to St. Michael and come see it on the Eiffel screen. Absolutely. So, yeah, it's going to be one intense movie, and I want to be along for that ride.
Did you see what happened at the very end of the trailer?
When they're blowing up the
Lincoln Memorial?
Yeah. That was crazy. Whew.
Yep. I mean, oh, geez. Just that entire trailer, just the trailer, I was almost on the edge of my seat the entire time. Just like, you know, white knuckle kind of, oh.
Like, A24 has really hit it out of the park lately.
Absolutely.
And they are just continuing that trend, which I'm very happy for them because they deserve it.
Absolutely. Not only A24, but Alex Garland as well.
Yeah, exactly, right.
I mean, was Arrival A24?
I think so. Oh, wait, maybe not. You might have to consult Google on that one.
Oh, sorry, that was Denis.
Oh, yeah, that was, okay.
I don't know what I was thinking.
Well, we're going to be talking about him in a little bit, so.
Right. That's right. He wasn't Arrival. He was Annihilation.
Oh, Annihilation, that was good, too.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So, I mean, Alex Garland obviously has a pretty good, track record. Was Men A24? Men was A24, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because, I mean, obviously we have Ex Machina.
Mm-hmm,
that
right.
was one of the first, like, big ones for A24, I think, personally, for me.
Right.
We had Annihilation, Men in 2022, Civil War coming out this year.
Mm-hmm.
And then, obviously he did ones like 28 Days Later and Sunshine and Dread, which, Dread.
No, Dread's fantastic.
Right? 28 Weeks Later, and now 28 Months Later they're doing. Or
28 years
28
later.
years later. What was 28?
It's 28 days, then 28 weeks. Yeah.
Okay, so they changed 28 months later to 28 years later.
Mm-hmm.
Right, gotcha. No. It's just done pretty well.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm ready for this one. All right.
I am too.
You ready for the next one, though?
Yes, I am.
The next one we actually saw on Facebook. If you went to facebook.com/moviesarething, or on Twitter and Instagram at moviesarething, no spaces, dashes, anything like that, at moviesarething. Probably not on Instagram, though, because I forgot to post it. Is the trailer for Borderlands, which is based off of the video game.
And directed by Eli Roth.
Directed by Eli Roth, has quite the cast to it.
It sure does.
A lot of people are very mad about this trailer.
Really?
Very much so, yes.
Okay. But by what's why are they mad?
The casting and the writing.
Okay. All right. Okay. I can see their point, but it looks very accurate to the games. I think this looks fantastic. I am all for this. So I don't care what they say. I'm gonna be there to see it no matter what.
So basically, on Twitter, Mikey Newman, I don't know if you know who that is, wrote, "I am here for Jamie Lee Curtis. Best casting ever of Patricia Tannis. Looks great." And then he's been reposting a lot of stuff for Borderlands. Let's just say Mikey Newman wrote Borderlands, the game.
Oh.
He worked on Borderlands, the game. And it sounds like he is just fine with a lot of this stuff. So if he's fine with it, I am A-okay. And then somebody responded to him, F you, did you even play Borderlands?
I mean,
and then he wrote some characters with Randy 14 years ago, and it got turned into a movie, and I can't enjoy that, apparently.
I mean, I like Cate Blanchett as Lilith. I mean, I like Kevin Hart as Roland. I like Jack Black as Claptrap. I mean, people just get so bent out of shape over things. Just because it's not perfect.
Right. And then Ariana Greenblatt is Tiny Tina.
Tiny Tina.
Yeah. People are saying that, none of them have the original kind of like mannerisms or like energy or anything like that, and blah, 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 and whatever. It's different. It's a movie.
Just let it go. Just go into it, watch it, enjoy it, have some popcorn.
And then did you see who's playing Krieg? I know we talked about it before.
Krieg. I don't remember who.
Florian Montagu. He was Razor Fist in Shang-Chi.
Yeah, okay.
And he was also Victor Drago in the Creed movies.
Okay.
And so he's playing Krieg.
Gotcha. I like it. Okay.
Which, I mean, yeah, makes sense.
Right.
But yeah, that brings us to our last trailer for the week, and that is the trailer for Boy Kills World.
Do you have any idea how hard it is to get Serial to sponsor murder?
Yeah, this one is a Skarsgård as well. Bill Skarsgård is playing Boy. Famke Jensen is back. And then a lot of other people. Oh, Charlotte Copley is in it. Cool.
Sure is.
And then obviously the inner monologue is Archer and Bob's Burgers.
Yep.
And H. John Benjamin.
Yep.
But yeah, basically this one looks like so much fun.
It does look like a lot of fun.
But it's basically a dystopian fever dream action film that follows Boy, a deaf person with a vibrant imagination. When his family is murdered, he is trained by a mysterious shaman to repress his childish imagination and become an instrument of death. Yeah.
You know, that old wives' tale.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And so basically he became deaf and mute, and his inner monologue is literally Bob's Burgers / Archer.
Which he says is from like an old video game from the 80s.
The last video game that he played.
Yep.
Yeah. Player one wins. So this one, again, just looks like, I mean, it's going to be rated R. It's almost 2 hours. But it is going to be crazy.
It kind of reminds me of, what's that movie that just came out recently? Like almost like Hardcore Henry mixed with the Guns Akimbo with
Daniel Radcliffe.
Yeah, with Daniel Radcliffe.
Yep.
And, yep.
Gotcha. I thought you were gonna say the like Bodies or something like that.
Oh no.
Okay. But yeah, so this one, the trailer makes it look like just a very interesting movie. Definitely has the comedy going for it. And then the shaman dude. Where was he? Yayan Ruhian is playing the shaman, which you'll probably know if you ever watched The Raid Redemption.
Okay.
He was Mad Dog. He was also one of the two guys that John Wick battled at the end of John Wick Chapter 3 in the glass room.
Okay.
He was one of those two. I mean, basically, like he is a martial arts master.
If it's the guy I'm thinking of.
So I mean, like I said, at the end of Parabellum, you know, when he's fighting in the glass room before fighting, you know, the main bad guy,
the chairman
of Iron Chef.
Yep.
The two guys there, the guy with the longer hair is Yayan.
Okay. All right.
And like I said, they were both crazy. I think they were both actually in the raid, but then they were fighting together against Keanu Reeves.
Okay.
And just in general, just any of his movies that he's in, if he's doing any sorts of martial arts, pay attention.
Most definitely.
Because he is going to be sending out a master class right there.
Well, yeah, The Raid is fantastic,
Absolutely.
especially for like hand-to-hand combat, and even The Raid 2, even better.
Yeah. So in the Raid Redemption, he's Mad Dog. In the Raid 2, he's Prakoso.
Okay.
And then let me see if I can find another one that he was in that we might know. Oh man, since 2019, he's been in like 20 different things.
Anything of note?
He was in Star Wars Episode 7.
Okay.
He was, I think, the leader of the one group that comes in to kind of confront Han Solo when they're in the one ship, like when they first confront him. Tasu Leech.
Okay.
I think that's honestly might be it that most people would know him from, unless you follow like, you know, kind of more martial arts movies or more movies coming from like Indonesia and stuff like that.
Okay.
But yeah, that one should be pretty darn good here.
Definitely.
But that is also our last trailer of the day. Travis, do you want to say anything else about any of these trailers or news?
I've got nothing.
Okay. In that case, make sure you visit us at Facebook. We're at facebook.com/moviesaretthing. We're also on Twitter and Instagram at moviesaretthing, no space dash slash anything like that, at moviesaretthing. Come on by and say hi. Okay, made it. But that brings us to our movies that are premiering this week. The first one that we have is Dune Part 2. This one is rated PG-13 and will be in theaters. Dune Part 2 will explore the mythic journey of Paul Atreides as he unites with Chani and the Fremen while on a warpath of revenge against the conspirators who destroyed his family. Facing a choice between the love of his life and the fate of the known universe, he endeavors to prevent a terrible future only he can foresee. IMDb did not have a score for this one. Rotten Tomatoes was sitting at a 97% certified fresh, and Metacritic was sitting at an 80.
I think we've been waiting for this for far too long, and we just need to see this.
Very much so. I'm surprised this isn't a Metacritic must-see.
Right?
Wow. So yeah, this one, like you said, it is one that we've been waiting way too long for.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I didn't even get a chance to see the original one in theaters. It was in theaters, but I only watched it in my living room.
Right, me too.
But even then, it was still just had me transfixed the entire time.
Mm-hmm.
And as soon as they said part 1 at the very beginning, there was like, what?
Right.
What?
Because at that point, we didn't know that it was 2 parts, did we?
Right. No. And there was nothing in any of the promotional material, nothing in any poster, any trailer, anything like that. Mm-hmm. It was just Dune. And then it starts up, Dune, part 1.
Mm-hmm.
What?
Right.
So that one is one that is definitely on my to-watch list. Again, I probably won't have a chance to this week. I definitely am going to want to try to next week.
Okay.
We'll see. But in the meantime, our next movie is going to be Megamind versus the Doom Syndicate. This one is going to be rated G and will be on Peacock. Megamind's former villain team, the Doom Syndicate, has returned. Our newly crowned blue hero must now keep up evil appearances until he can assemble his friends, Roxanne, Old Chum, and Kaiko, to stop his former evil teammates from launching Metro City to the moon. IMDb, Rotten Tomatoes, Metacritic did not have a score for this one. Crazy how that works.
Right.
So this one is only going to be on Peacock.
Mm-hmm.
As far as I know, I haven't seen it at any theaters yet. But it is a sequel 14 years in the making with none of the original actors returning.
Yeah. I was very sad when I didn't hear Will Ferrell's voice. Mm-hmm. Nor did I hear David Cross.
Or Tina Fey.
Or Brad Pitt.
Brad Pitt, right.
God, that cast was stellar in that movie, too. But...
I know Ben Stiller was in it, and
oh yeah, he was. Yep.
Jonah Hill.
Mm-hmm. But I don't know. I mean, I like Megamind, but I think I might have to skip this one just because it's not the original cast.
I mean, it feels like a mid-90s Disney straight to VHS sequel.
It does. So instead of Megamind, it's Midmind. Ha.
Very nice. But that brings us to our last movie for the week, and that movie is Spaceman. This one is rated R, and it will be going to Netflix. 6 months into a solitary research mission to the edge of the solar system, an astronaut, Jacob, realizes that his marriage he left behind might not be waiting for him when he returns to Earth. Desperate to fix things with his wife, Lenka, he is helped by a mysterious creature from the beginning of time he finds hiding in the bowels of his ship. Hanus works with Jacob to make sense of what went wrong before it is too late. IMDb has this one at a 6.1 out of 10. Rotten Tomatoes is sitting at a 63%, and Metacritic is sitting at a 56.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. So this is the one with Adam Sandler as the spaceman, and then Paul Dano as the voice of Hanus.
Which is that big spider.
The big spider.
Yep.
So if you have arachnophobia, probably not the movie for you.
Probably not.
I'd probably steer clear of it. But yeah, I probably not.
I'm kind of intrigued
Yeah.
because I really haven't watched an Adam Sandler movie in a while,
Mm-hmm.
and I've kind of had the itch. This isn't exactly what I would expect
Right.
when I think of an Adam Sandler movie, but
Right.
sometimes the more obscure stuff is the most enjoyable, so
Yeah. Or
it could
you know,
surprise
just
me.
stuff that's outside of their usual genre.
Yeah, exactly.
Like I think Uncut Gems did pretty well, didn't it?
It did. I liked that one, and I also liked Punch Drunk Love, another one that he did, just more dramatic for him. So,
Right. No, absolutely.
but yeah, I might have to check this one out. It's not totally on my list, but
Okay. Very nice. Very nice.
yeah.
I guess that being said, Travis, did you want to say anything else for any of the other movies premiering this week?
I've got nothing.
Well, I guess other than that, make sure you visit us at Facebook. We're facebook.com/movies our thing. We also on Twitter and Instagram at movies our thing. No spaces, dashes, such anything like that. Movies our thing. We also have patreon.com/movies our thing. If you want to help us support the podcast, we do have that over there. Travis,
Yes, sir.
I do believe it is about that time.
Here it comes.
Cue the outro. Thank you for listening to Movies Are a Thing. Be sure to tune in next week for more movies and tangents with us. Okay.
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 Okay. Whoa. Let's see here. Why does it feel like this isn't correct? Let's see here. What am I looking at? I'm looking at that right there. Shoop, shoop, ba-doop, shoop, ba-doop, shoop, ba-doop, 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 shoop, ba-doop, shoop, ba-doop, shoop, ba-doop, ba-doop, ba-doop. Travis, you want to talk?
What do you want me to say?
Something else.
Something else. Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. Would it help if I turn the microphone like I?
Do you got the metal bit on the metal clip thing at the for the cable facing towards you?
Yes.
Okay. Then it should be good. Should be good.
I mean, it's one of the clips. There's two clips, or there's two metal pieces.
Well, like the silvery metal thing going from the cable to the microphone.
The one that you would pull or that you push into to unlock it.
Yes.
Yeah.
That one.
Yes, it is in.
Sweets. All right. So what happens if I do this from me?
Mer.
I'm gonna turn it all the way down. Well, not all the way down, but close to. Okay. I think. Are we good? Zoop. 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 Zoop.
Jeff.
All right. I'm gonna lower that down a little bit. Okay. You ready to use your outside voice, Travis?
Yes.
As he uses the inside voice. Okay. Let's see here. I think I got everything right. Right?
I think so.
Right? Oh, I feel like I got a burp again. Nope. Because I know we were talking about. No, it wasn't David Leitch. It was.
Oh gosh. Why can't I think of the name?
I don't remember.
Since I don't have to worry about losing the recording, I'm going back.
So am I. Oh, that was like 2 weeks ago.
Really?
Apparently.
Really?
Uh-huh. Yeah, David Leitch. Okay.
Yep, okay.
Okay. Yeah, cool. Go us.
Yeah, right.
Who? Let me double check one thing here quick.
Okay.
Wait, what? So what a twist. Skarsgård.
Yep.
Lily Gladstone. Oh, sorry. This one is rated PG-13 and will be aired. Let me see here. Yep. Okay, cool. I said that right. That's what I gotta say.
You did, though.
There we go.
And two things.
Oh, Echo. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Mock.
Yeah.
Ing.
Yeah.
Bird.
Yeah.
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 A mockingbird.
Everybody, have you heard of
Have you heard?
Great.
Yes.
Great. 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 Grits. Grits. Grits?
Great.
Grits?
Groovy, grand.
Grits? Ow. Ow. Ow.
Ow.
My ears.
Oh, my bad.
I should probably stop it though, huh? You ready for this?
I mean, it might be a
You
good
ready for
idea.
this? Ready? 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 Stop.